And in this video we are going to be testing, lapping and reviewing the Anis. Come on, we're all adults here. The Anis. The 300R. So this is based on the Nissan Fairlady Z, which in turn is like a modern day take on the old Datsun 240Z, one of the classics and an all-time classic JDM car, to be honest. Now the 240Z is also in the game, so it's a fairly complex lineage. The 240Z is also in the game. In the game you'll want to be picking up the 190Z, which is absolutely drop dead gorgeous. So that's kind of the background of the car, and it's an unusual one in that I think this is one of the few times where the designers at Rockstar have actually made a much better job than the original designer. If you look at the Fairlady Z, which is, as I say, supposed to be an homage to the 240Z, the one Rockstar made is so much nicer. You look at the headlights on the original, you could have taken those off any Japanese Super Mini, where the guys at Rockstar really got it. And when they built this thing for GTA, they really leaned back to the original car. So yeah, high marks for that one. You get a good report card for that one. Well done. It's amazing what you can do when you apply yourselves. Anyway, back to the car. So it is a good looking car, absolutely, looks really good. It's an Imani Tech car. You get a little bit more Imani Tech than some of the newer ones, so you do get the full armour, you get the lock-on jammer, and it's generally a really decent car. It's quite quick, it's got reasonable handling. The handling's a little bit twitchy. I actually quite like it. I think it's a kind of controllable twitchy, which makes it quite a lot of fun to drive as it happens. So it is a really nice car for free mode. Customization's sort of mid. It's not the best, but it's not awful. The main problem with this car is the price, because it is on offer this week. It's 30% off this week. When it's not on offer, this thing is just over $2 million. Now, bearing in mind you've got to put your Imani Tech and your other upgrades on there, you're going to be into this for well over $2.5 million by the time you're done. And for this car, that's a lot. In fact, for this car, that's too much. So let's get round to the top speed test and see if it actually makes up for it in top speed. And off we go with the top speed test. Anyone that's new to the channel, for those of you that aren't, I apologise that you have to listen to this so often, but for anyone new to the channel, I have a measured mile that I drive as quickly as I can, then do a little bit of really simple maths, and that gives you an achievable top speed through traffic, which I think is much more usable for when you're figuring out how good this car will actually be to use in free roam and in missions. The finish line is just under this sign, and here's what we managed to do. So it's about this time that I turn to final thoughts and review. Do I think you should buy it? On this one, I'm gonna have to go no. And that goes against my instincts in many ways, because on the most part, I think this is a great car. It looks good, it's quite nice to drive, it's reasonably quick. The lap time it's turning in is kind of okay, it's nothing special, but it's okay. The reason I say no is because there is so much more you can get for this amount of money, even on offer. Because when you look at it for what it is, which is an Imani Tech car, you buy the Imani Tech cars because you want to drive something cool in actually in free roam. So the best Imani Tech car by some margin is easily the Virtue. If you need something that's got a higher top speed than the Virtue, then you go for the Buffalo STX. So it's not the most usable everyday Imani Tech car. If you want in a good looking Imani Tech car, well then that's got to be the Champion. So if this doesn't hit any of those, what does it hit? Does it hit people who want the original 240Z? Well, that's already in there. You just go and get the 190Z. So it's difficult to think of a reason to actually buy this car, let alone spend $2.5 million on it. So even though it's good, and even though driving it in this review, I initially thought, I wonder why I don't drive this more often, because it is quite nice. The answer to the reason why I don't drive it more often is that I've just got so many other better things. So this is the final time, and thanks so much for watching. I think that's the last of the offer cars for this week, so I'll get my I'll turn back to my top tips video and a couple of other things that I've got bubbling away. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one when the next set of GTA offers come out on Thursday. Take care of yourself.